Hi, everybody. Make-A-Wish. It's November 11, 2011. That's a lot of ones. It's the only time in the history of the world that it's going to be 11-11-11. Never happened before. It's never going to happen again. Just like every other date. Like July 9th, 1983. Never going to be that again. And today is a Friday, so Make-A-Wish, movie lovers, on the special #1 day that you will get to see the #1 movie that comes out this weekend. What's it going to be? Melancholia, which we talked a lot about on the site. J. Edgar with Leo in weird old man makeup talking in a weird accent that we're going to get Matt Brown to talk about on the site over the weekend. Or what I got to see today, Immortals, which kind of got a huge marketing push about 6 months ago and then maybe tested badly because the marketing push for it kind of fell off. So you may not have seen any trailers for it, but if you have, it looks exactly like a sequel to 300. It's by the same people that produced 300. It looks exactly the same. It's got some kind of Greek mythology base, but it's not actually a sequel. It's a different story entirely, while at the same time being almost exactly the same. It's directed by a guy named Tarsem, which is short for Tarsem Singh, who got his start as one of the most famous, kind of celebrated music video directors in the 90s, most famously directing The Losing My Religion, That's Me in the Corner. Who then famously made a kind of a big budget, weird psychological thriller movie called The Cell, which a lot of people forgot about the start. Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Lopez, and was notable for A, not holding together too well, but B, these kind of incredibly powerful, super weird visuals with these crazy costumes set in this really bizarre kind of psychological dream space where she was tracing a serial killer down across his own memories, blah, 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 with a bunch of kind of semi-ripped off, borrowed works of modern art reinterpreted in a super kind of gory, gross, scary way. And it was really cool, though ultimately kind of unsatisfying. He only made one film since that nobody I know has actually seen, and now he's back with this weird kind of 300 seeming movie called Immortals, which is about Theseus and gods and titans and blah, blah, blah. The problem is, while he has this really strong visual sense, there's a bunch of interesting costumes, he's limited by the subject material. It doesn't get to happen in any kind of cool psychological space. It happens pretty much exclusively on top of 1,000-foot-high cliffs. And the problem with 300, which came out a couple of years ago, is it had such a strong aesthetic that it's been kind of completely ripped off in the intervening years by a bunch of other movies. So you get a guy like Tarsem who's got this incredible visual style, and he's making stuff that seems already, just because stuff gets recycled so quickly, familiar, which sucks because he's one of the most talented kind of visual artists working, although he doesn't work that much. He's making one of the two competing Alice in Wonderland movies that's going to be totally crazy when that comes out, so look forward to that. So what should you watch instead? The most kind of invigorating, grab you by your short and curlies kind of bright moments in the film is when the gods come down to fight amongst the other people. And it only happens twice in the film, and they just kind of arrive with this thunderous moment and begin wrecking shit. And it's the two moments in the film where you kind of go, okay, and you get excited and interesting, and it's shot with some style and panache, and it's not familiar seeming, but there's only two of those moments in an otherwise kind of bleak and gray landscape of stuff you've already seen. And it's really like the Justice League, where these like superpowered beings that are observing what's going on down below kind of arrive and use their superpowers to kick the shit out of a bunch of normal people. There's only two moments like that, so don't watch Immortals, watch something else, or just watch the Justice League cartoon series, which is for kids, but is really cool. It's got that feeling of superpowered beings kicking the crap out of people, which is what Immortals should have had more of, but didn't, unfortunately. So watch that instead.